Pointer tomorrow, and I wrote this first. You got to know your vocab. Good luck if you don't. Okay, you got to know your vocab. I'm going to come out with questions right off the bat saying that's an AB packet. I don't have a BC packet anymore because people have forgotten them, so I'm not copying anymore. I'm going to come right off the bat with a question tomorrow that says, hey, you have a perpendicular bisector, an angle bisector, a median, and an altitude. What are their points of concurrency in the correct order that matches them? So do you know your vocab or not? Take out, if you have your packet with you, please go to day 3. I think it's page 10. Page 10. So you know what I'm talking about with number 3 here when I say what is the game? The what is it game? If you look at page 10, number 1, where we said what is line segment CD, I'm going to have 6 of those on tomorrow's quiz. And your choices will be perpendicular bisector, angle bisector, median, altitude, and the dreaded none of these will be a choice. Okay? So I'm talking just like it is on number 1 there. I'll give you a diagram. I'll put some fancy markings on it, and I'll say what is, or whatever the line segment is. What is AB? And you have to pick the correct choice. So that's what I'm talking about here with number 3. I put two partition questions, which you're going to have more practice at today. 2, and then at the end of the quiz tomorrow, you're going to have 1 construction, and it's one of these 4 concurrent lines. So I'll have a triangle out there for you tomorrow on your paper, and I'll say, all right, draw the perpendicular bisector through BC. Draw an angle bisector coming from A. Draw an altitude from B to AC, or I may say draw a median from A to BC. So it's going to be one of those 4. Whether you want to prep for that, it's up to you. A reminder that if you forgot any of the steps, you go back up to classroom, and we have a nice section that says construction review. Right after, construction help, how-to videos, find the video you're looking for. And I'll step-by-step how to do it. But I am going to ask one of the 4 tomorrow. All right, one of those 4. Questions about the quiz? You do have partitions tomorrow, so I want a second day of working on it. Hold on, not done yet. Where can you go to review? If you go to page 20 and 21 right now in your packet, pages 20 and 21, you will see a summary of all the vocabulary terms on page 20 and our good old chart on page 21 to help you out if you ever forget any of the vocabulary terms, all right? And then Delta Math is still up there to review, and that's what all you guys are going to do today when you're done with the assignment, because everyone's going to finish the assignment today. All right? Any issues going into tomorrow? All right, let's do 1 partition question together. So let's do day 5, number 1. We'll review the steps again. And everyone heard me correct. Partitions is on, that will be on the quiz. 2 questions. Nothing, I'll just change the ratio and the points. Only thing different today, I didn't give you a graph. Graphs aren't needed unless you want to check your answer at the end. So if you want to do that today, bust out your own slice of graph paper and draw the segment and see if the partition point's on there. All right, X coordinate. We're going from -2, 4 to 7, -2. So my first question is going to be, what's the distance on the x-axis we are traveling? Distance on the x-axis we are traveling. 3? 9 units, yep. And if I'm doing a ratio of 1 to 2, that tells me break AB up into how many congruent parts? 13? How many? 1 to 2 is the ratio, so that means break it up into how many equal parts? 3 equal parts. So I take the 9 divided by 3, and that tells me every time you divide it up, you're going to go 3 units every time. Now the question you have to figure out is how many times am I going to go 3 units? And the answer lies in the ratio. What's the first number? 1. So that tells me you're only going to go 1 time, 3 units. So if you want to show, you don't have to show this step, but 3 units 1 time, you're going to go 3 total units. Do not think that's the x coordinate. You have 1 more step. You need to travel now. You know you're going 3 units. 3 units from what starting point on the x-axis? 4, what starting point on the x-axis am I going from? Negative 2. Go 3 units to the right, and my x-coordinate ends up being 1, positive 1. Let's go to the y-coordinate. Woo, watch out for the y-coordinate. It's supposed to be COR. 2 O's. One job. Tell me, what's the distance on the y-axis I'm going? Whoa, 4 again. 6 units. Got it. 6 units. 6 units where, everyone? Did everyone see it? 4 to negative 2. I don't feel comfortable just putting 6 here. 4 to negative 2. We're going down, aren't we? So make sure you apply the negative there that says, hey, because my worry is at the end you're going to add and not subtract like you should have. All right, you're going to add it instead. Still divided by 3. So now we're going to go down 2 units every time. Down 2. And again, how many times am I going to go down 2? Still once. That second number in the ratio, once you figure out how many parts you got to break it up into, is useless. The first number is where you stay. So I'm still going down 2 once for a total of down 2 total units. Where's my starting point on the y-axis? Where am I starting? 17? 4. And again, down 2. I worry that you're going to put plus 2 if you don't put the negative sign at the beginning. So we end up at 2 on the y-axis for a partition point of 1, 2. All right? Questions? Expectations today. You are going to check your work on Classroom. You're going to go this is homework. Even though most of you are going to finish it in class, go to Classroom. Somebody in your group has an answer key open. Oh, I'm all done. I got it all done. I'll work on something else. No, you won't. You'll go to either Delta Math and start working on that review, or you'll go to page 20 and 21 and start making a little study guide for yourself for tomorrow. We're not working on other classwork today. All right? So somebody in your group, have the answer key open, please. Let's go. That's job number 1. Somebody in your group have the answer key. And before somebody jumps down my back here, oh, you don't have the right answer here. Yes, one of the questions, I believe it's question 3, I have negative 1 on my answer key, but it should be positive 1. So relax. All right, I got it taken care of already. Relax. All right, answer key open. Let's go. You guys are doing the partition questions, then moving over to Delta Math or pages 20 to 21. No other option.